Hi there, mates! Subscribe, hit the like button, and write in the comments below which games you're planning to watch today. And while you're writing your picks, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Gary Lineker said he knows one or two gay players who perform in the Premier League. It would be great if one or two of them came out during the World Cup, Lineker noted. And N'Golo Kante will miss the World Cup due to a setback in his recovery from hamstring injury. He is sidelined for 3 months. Manchester City extended the contract with Phil Foden until 2027. Real Madrid have been reportedly eyeing Bayern left-back Alphonso Davies. PSG head coach Christophe Galtier has confirmed that Lionel Messi will be available for the game against Olympique Marseille. Real and Emirates Airline have renewed their short deal until 2026. The contract's value is about 70 to 80 million euros per season. Thibaut Courtois will miss El Clasico against Barcelona with a back injury. Nuno Espirito Santo could once again lead Wolverhampton Wanderers. Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi has penned a new agreement until the summer of 2027. Atalanta defender Georgios Calvani has attracted the attention of Juventus, Inter and Roma, La Repubblica informs. Real Betis midfielder Guido Rodriguez has been reportedly targeted by Liverpool and Everton, Fichajes notifies. Manchester United are considering signing Portugal keeper Diogo Costa. Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz has extended his contract with the Villains. Newcastle United are set to extend the contract of midfield leader Bruno Guimaraes. Chelsea and England defender Reece James is at risk of missing the 2022 World Cup action amid his knee injury. Former coach of Shakhtar and current Brighton Hove Albion boss Roberto De Zerbi claimed that he dreams of leading the team from Donetsk once again. After I leave Brighton, I want to be Shakhtar manager again. It's painful to see my old players who can't go home, while at the same time, I'm here in the Premier League, the Italian coach said. Vitinha from SC Braga has been named the best player in the Europa League this week. The goal of Anis Bardi from Trabzonspor has been named the best of the week in the Europa League. Stefano Okaka from Istanbul Başakşehir has been named the best player of the week in the Conference League. The goal of Yanis Hamachi from SK Dnipro 1 has been named the best of the week in the Conference League. Freiburg will be participating in the European Cup knockout stage for the first time in the team's history. The Breisgau Brazilians reached the Europa League last 16. Lazio forward Ciro Immobile has become Rome club's top scorer in Europe, delivering 21 accurate shots. Barcelona may soon return Nico Gonzalez from his loan in Valencia due to the player's lack of gaming practice there. Atletico Madrid are not considering selling Joao Felix in January, despite the potential conflict within the club. After a long spell as Germany national team head coach, Joachim Löw is in talks with VfB Stuttgart. Tottenham Hotspur remain the main favorites to get Inter defender Stefan de Vrij in January. Jonathan David leads Liga 1 scoring and surpassed Eden Hazard as Lille's top scorer in the 21st century. According to CBS Sports reporter Ben Jacobs, PSG have approached William Saliba over a potential move from Arsenal as the centre-back's current deal expires in 2024. Mason Mount is set to get a scan for suspected thigh injury, The Athletic reports. The midfielder missed a training session yesterday. I hope we can win 4-0 again, but the match will be difficult, Frankie de Jong has said ahead of the Real Madrid clash. Luis Campos had a deal 100% agreed with Real Madrid last summer, but he changed his mind when PSG promised him more money and power. La Liga organized 108 promotions in 52 countries and 5 continents to promote El Clasico. Liverpool? It's always difficult in the years since we arrived here together. It'll be a tough game and I don't expect anything else, Pep Guardiola said, as quoted by The Guardian. According to the Liverpool Echo, Ibrahima Konate was absent from Liverpool team training on Friday. It's unclear if the Frenchman's absence is injury-related. I, who knew this club with a certain class during the Abramovich era, I find that today, it lacks it. Didier Drogba told Canal Plus when asked about what he feels about Chelsea's new ownership. Among other things, a couple of Major Leagues fixtures also took place yesterday. Here are the results. Let's have a brief rewind of yesterday's matches. Hoffenheim and Lille celebrated 3-0 away victories over Schalke and Strasbourg. Brentford, thanks to Ivan Toney's brace, confidently beat Brighton. At last, Rayo Vallecano and Getafe decided not to score goals at all. Moving on to the main news of the release. The list of nominees for Europe's Best Young Player of the Year award from Tuttosport includes 20 football prospects, including Gavi, Camavinga, Bellingham, and Musiala. Only players under the age of 21 can apply for the prize. In 2021, it was Pedri who took the award home. Here's the whole list. Pause the video to have a closer look. The favorites for this year's Golden Boy are Gavi and Bellingham. Xavi and Joan Laporta held a meeting dwelling upon the team's performance in the Champions League in order to try to understand what's going on. Laporta told Xavi that getting eliminated from the Champions League group for the second time in a row would be a big failure, both in sporting and economical aspects. However, he still trusts the manager. The president reassured Xavi, saying that the goal was not to win the Champions League at all costs. If earlier Barca aimed to reach the Champions League quarterfinals, now the victory in La Liga is a more preferable option. Besides, if another trophy is added to the league title in Spain at the end of the season, then it will be considered a success. Xavi also named such reasons for Barca's failures as players' injuries, bad refereeing, and the lack of leadership qualities in the roster. Barcelona have announced that they will be wearing a special jersey for Sunday's El Clasico. Drake's old logo will appear instead of Spotify on the front of the shirt. This is part of their sponsorship agreement with Spotify and is meant to celebrate Drake hitting 50 billion streams in the service. While the Canadian rapper is undoubtedly popular among some Barca fans, there are those who worry about what has become known as the Drake curse. So, what is the Drake curse? It's believed that the Canadian rapper is a jinx to the athletes he hangs out with. If he wears a club jersey or poses for a pic with an athlete, this club or person goes on to lose next game. Sergio Aguero, Paul Pogba, Jadon Sancho, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and other footballers went on to lose their next matches after taking a pic with Drake. It remains to be seen if the curse is stronger than Xavi's tactics, or if Madrid will need it at all. The president of Barcelona, Joan Laporta, admitted in an interview with the club's TV channel that he actually wants to return Lionel Messi from PSG. "This is my dream and that of many supporters. I'll see him in Paris on Monday at the Ballon d'Or ceremony. I know that Barca means a lot to Messi. Messi is a PSG player now, and we have to respect that. I can't talk about his return now, but we will discuss many things," the official stated. Laporta also added that Barca will give Messi a present for the 18th anniversary of his debut for the Catalan club. "We will do something to pay tribute to him. He has been the best in history. All fans keep him in mind. This Sunday it'll be 18 years since he started. We are thinking of giving him a gift. It will be a recognition, but it will be in private." Sport S quoted Laporta as saying. PSG forward Kylian Mbappe has broken up with the management of the Parisians and wishes to change the club's registration. The scandalous superstar have desired to quit PSG for non-football reasons, citing to the Troll Factory scheme allegedly set up by the Parisian management to harass Mbappe online, reports L'Equipe. Kylian is considering an option with contract termination, which would see the striker paying PSG a whopping sum, which would exceed his wage earned earlier on. Mbappe's lawyers are working on the case regarding the Troll Factory, and if it becomes possible to prove the PSG officials' involvement in the matter, then the forward will be able to leave the club freely. Although it's more likely that Mbappe will leave in June, not in January as was previously noted. According to Le Temps Sport, former Real Madrid coach Zinedine Zidane will join Paris Saint-Germain only under two conditions. Zidane was and still is a long-standing candidate for the head coaching job in Paris, but in the summer he rejected their offer, so PSG had to appoint Christophe Galtier instead. Despite that, the legendary French manager remains the club's top priority up to this day. So much so the Red and Blues are ready to try to lure the Frenchman in January. However, Zinedine has two conditions, and one of them directly concerns club president Nasser Al-Khelaifi. The former coach of Madrid is set to start working at Parc des Princes only in case Al-Khelaifi, who has led the Parisians since 2011, gets removed from the post of president. Folks, check out the new video on our Inside Football project and find out how Kylian Mbappe lives in 2022. Have a great time watching. It was Football News. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.